Mandate, a program designated to bring to your doorstep happenings in the green chambers of the Nigerian National Assembly and of course the activities of the member representing Bende Federal Constituency. It is Ben Kalu'S Mandate, a weekly program that comes to you live from Flow 94.9 FM as well as other of our digital platforms. This morning, our regular guest, Representative Benjamin Ikechi Kalu, a member of the House of Representatives in the 9th Nigerian National Assembly, representing Bende Federal Constituency, Abia State, joins us virtually. He is currently the spokesperson of the House of Representatives and the Chairman, House Committee in Media and Public Affairs. Welcome on board. My name is Wisdom Thomas, and I'm going to be your host on the program this morning. Good morning to you, Representative Benjamin Kalu. How are you doing this morning?
I justify the numbers as presented by Mr. President. This will enable us to get proper information and to decide whether the T's are crossable and the I's are dotable. If the justification does not support the dotting of the I's will not be dotted. If they are weak to cross the T's, we will not cross the T's. So those who believe that Mr. President's budget that has laid before the National Assembly will come out hook, line, and sinker means they don't understand the power of the pause. This is the power of the pause. It is our duty to make sure that this current budget reflects the current realities of our nation, both locally and also globally, because we are not a nation in isolation. We're a nation within the Committee of Nations, and we are part of the global community. So what happens in other nations have a ripple effect on what happens in our nation. For example, the current global crisis caused by Russia-Ukraine war. This has influenced our own recommendations on the MTEP that was presented and passed by the House. And in that MTEP, there are certain parameters that were outlined. Using below our OPT, the dollar at 437.57 at exchange rate is a good parameter. But notwithstanding, we are going to be looking at Central Bank, engaging with Ministry of Finance, Office of Budget and Planning, to see how we can bridge the gap between the official rate and the parallel rate in the market, parallel market rate, because that disparity is not actually healthy to our economy. So in looking at this budget, it's also important to know that we are in agreement with the projection that the GDP growth at 3.75% for 2023 is in order, considering other realities. We're also in agreement that the inflation rate that have been projected at 17.16% is also a step in the right direction. And we also agree with the public who are complaining that 11.3 trillion is so much, in fiscal deficit. But that it has placed a burden on us on debt servicing, which is currently on a continuous, rising. How do I put it? It's going up every day. The debt servicing is going up. But our idea or our action on behalf of Nigerians will be to see how we review that and see how we're taking steps that are taken to bring it down. I want to inform my constituents also who this program is meant for, and other people who this program is meant for, that granted that there is a domestic and foreign borrowing of about 8.437 trillion that have been proposed. We are in agreement that we need this money, but we will justify our agreement when they justify the reasons behind them. So the details of this borrowing is yet to be presented to us, and when we get it, the proper analysis will take place from there. Other areas, indicators that points to why our revenue is not as high as it's supposed to be. One of which will be tax exemption, tax waivers. Many have cried that there are multiple taxations in the country, and we totally agree that some of them are not supposed to be there. But those basic ones that ought to be there, they should not be waived, especially when our economy is in deficit. So that is one of the things we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at who deserves the waiving of tax, why should it be waived, and how does that impact on our economy. So we're going to see how we can review that. We're going to look at the numbers. We're also going to look at the revenue generating agencies and their lack of compliance, especially with regards to Fiscal Responsibility Act. We'll review that to avoid especially the practice of spending their internally generated revenue without approval. Every revenue generated by them, there is an approval they must get before they spend it, and there's a percentage they are only allowed to spend. Another thing we'll look at with regards to revenue is the non-remittances into the Consolidated Revenue Fund account, which is in breach of the Constitution. Many of them are generating money, including universities, federal universities, including federal hospitals, including other revenue generating agencies. They are remitting and they are spending. It is not going into the Consolidated Revenue Fund account. And that is a breach, and we will not sustain that. I will try to look out for that and see what we do about it. Another problem Nigeria is faced with, which we have also discovered, is that there is no common electronic platform used by ministries, departments, and agencies, and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, as well as the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, in reconciling remittances from these MDAs, in real time. So we're going to be recommending that all the MDAs and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, that they all belong to one common electronic platform, so that real time we'll see the remittances coming in as is supposed to. And we are going to also stand against agencies and ministries and departments that rely on only government circulars to spend internally generated revenue. This is against the Constitution, this is against the Fiscal Responsibility Act, and this is against other extant laws of this federation. So the Parliament is going to be looking at that and say no to such, because it is the mandate of 88, 89 of the Constitution for us to stop these leakages, discover them and stop them and make the government efficient. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay. And it is also important to note that we are going to be sustaining the proposal of the executive on oil subsidy. Many are saying remove oil subsidy. I
was getting to that very point.
But when we had a closed door engagement with the minister, it wasn't really a closed door engagement. It was at the committee level with the Minister of Finance. She took her time to explain why outright removal of subsidy will create a monster in our economy. And you don't solve one problem by creating another one. So the phasing of the solution of the removal is more will help us more in nation building, so that the crisis will not be too much. Especially people are living COVID impacted their lifestyles and their economy, and they are recovering. So if you remove subsidy fully, the pain will be so much. So with that, we'll be saving about 740 million. We draw that whatever comes out of it, 30% of it after the payment of IOCs and all the rest of them, will be used to service the 11.3 trillion that is outstanding there based on the MTEF, so that we'll keep reducing the amount. Yeah, there's another issue that
I would want to ask.
It's important to mention finally.
How about how about the 20.51 trillion naira? Some say it's too much, and some say it is not feasible. Some say it is illogical. Talking about the conspicuous increase, what do you make of that? Do you think it's the right step in the right direction, especially given the recent economical situations of the country?
This is what I've been analyzing since we started this conversation. All this money I'm mentioning and all these percentages I'm mentioning, they are the products of that 20.51 trillion naira.
Okay.
And this is the first time Nigeria is, not even the first time. Nigeria recently has been pushing their budget upwardly, which is not in the bad. It's good for our nation. I say so because when you when you break it down, that money transforms into $200 per citizen of the country, and it's very low. When places like Angola, they are on $800, and Kenya, they are bigger than the budget per capita, per individual, per citizen of this country. So that money is not too much. What we're interested in, where is it going to? How will it stimulate the economy? How will it help us begin to buy what we produce? How do we put the money back here? How do we increase the local content element to go beyond oil and gas and affect other manufacturing sectors, so that all the things we are importing will stop importing? How do we buy more of our cars made in Nigeria here? How do we increase our agricultural production so that most of the things we are fetching outside will be done here? How do we go from primary production to secondary production so that we can add value, make more money inside the country? How do we push our cocoa to begin to produce chocolate? How do we begin to make our own milk down here? How do we produce our own butter and all the rest of them? There are a few things, we are succeeding with rice, the same way we are succeeding with rice, the same way we will succeed with other, whether our rice has stones or not. How do we make it and improve on it until it becomes one of the best that we can even export? So these are the things we're going to be looking at. And one of the things that I was about saying before you came in was on the issue of benchmark of the crude oil. The benchmark was they proposed $70 per barrel, and for us, people are celebrating it, and it's a good projection. But for the House, we believe it is not. It could be better than that, which means we could add $3 more to it and push it up because of other contentious issues happening in the country at the moment and other market fundamentals. You will agree with me that Ukraine and Russian war has made oil and gas scarce, and when there is scarcity, price goes up. So we are hoping that to finance our budget and reduce the deficit of 11.3, we should increase our price to about $73 per barrel, and with that we'll be able to get about the equivalent of 155 billion naira. That when we pay off what we're supposed to pay off to the foreign, the IOCs, the other one goes to service our debt. Unlike what I mentioned in the oil subsidy, the 740 billion has no IOC involved in the sharing of that money. That 740 billion will go into the 11.3 billion, that trillion. That is our current debt profile. So these are some of the things we'll be looking at the budget, looking at when we want to defend the budget, and we're also encouraging the MPAs and their heads to make sure they come early enough for us to engage with them and sort this thing out so that by December this budget is out.
Okay, let's move away from that very budget and talk about politics now. Yes, preparations for the forthcoming elections are on top gear, with polity being heated, and then so much news, of course, emanating across the country. There were claims that the gubernatorial candidate of your party was said to have snubbed you at the airport and also said some things at a meeting. Are these true, or some fake news peddled by propagandists?
Recently I've become the talk of the nation, and the most soft news blogs sell their news with the name Benjamin Kalu, and it is very good. It is very good, because if you are not being talked about, then you're not existing. I've become a national figure that I now sell newspapers. And if you have followed me for a while now, you notice that most of the things they have written about me, not even most, all that have been written about me have always been false, and no justification behind them. Somebody wakes up and wants to damage my character because of the grace of God that is on my life. We are making impact locally in our various constituency. In our constituency, we are making impact in our state, because I'm APC, I'm not in PDP, but I try to make sure that whatever that is due to Abia State, if I see it passing, I don't close my eyes. and say, no, this should not go to Abia State. I actually harassed the governor. I actually disturbed him. I actually disturbed and this had been happening from the first day in my office. I said, it's about Abia, it's about Bende, it's about, Nigeria. And so some people at the end will, you please some, and you will also make some people unsettled. It appears that the good work I'm doing for Bende people has unsettled a lot of people. I am not in competition with anybody. It's not what I'm out to do. I'm not trying to take over any space from anybody. I'm only trying to do my job, and to do it with the spirit of excellence, as allowed by God, and spirit of stewardship, and a servant leader, who takes what belongs to the people back to them. Whether I eat or I don't eat, let what belongs to the people go to the people. So this is infuriating a whole lot of people, because my not stocking what belongs to Ben the people in my pocket, but releasing it to build road, build bridges, build health centers, build schools, put electricity, put solar energy, put boreholes, and not the rest of them is unsettling. Some people are saying, why is he trying to shine? It's not about shining, it's about solving problems. I was elected to solve problems, and that is what I'm doing to the best of my ability. So every now and then they gang up and they fund a blackmail. And I can assure you, all the blackmail and all the smear campaign that have been distributed around this country has been funded from one source. One source, through the proxies. And we have our intelligent people who are monitoring the space, and they have traced all of them. In August, they came to attack my person, my character, my family. In July, that's in July. In August, they came with one by hiring a member of Executive Council of APC State to attack me and Chief Emenike as a problem of the party. In September, they came up with another one. How Benjamin Kalu'S is the problem of APC. In October, they came. How the same man who was with me as a problem of Abia APC is now against me, and I'm now the only problem of APC. Confused people. Totally confused people. Yeah,
interesting.
If you follow it, you just see that it goes from one unfounded issue to another unfounded issue, just to put the name of Benjamin out there. We are not deterred, we are not disturbed. You see, very soon we are going to call them out. Very soon. We are going to call them out. We have kept quiet for a while. You raise this issue, so allow me to deal with it, please. You raise this issue, and it is out there.
We are due for a break now. When we make a return, we will definitely continue from where we must have stopped at this point. I've been speaking with Representative Benjamin Ikechi, Kalu member representing Bende Federal Constituency on Ben Kalu's mandate here on Flu 94.9 FM. Do stay with us. We're going to make a return in no time. Just stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. It is still Flu 94.9 FM, the flow of God's state. Ben Kalu's mandate. That is what is upon us at this very moment, and we'll be speaking with Representative Benjamin Ikechi, Kalu member representing Bende Federal Constituency. He, of course, is with us virtually. Thank you for staying with us, Representative Benjamin Kalu. Thank you for staying with us. All right, let us get on. You were already reacting to the issue which you describe as mere allegation and propaganda.
Cook up things and then throw it up. I don't know what they are afraid of. And to say that I, Chief Emenike, snubbed me. Why will he be snubbing me? Is he feeding me? Snub me as per what? Am I going to beg him for food? We warmly, we warmly greeted each other at the airport when he returned from the United States. And he told me he returned yesterday, and that was the day they honored him. The whole people honored him, and I was traveling to Enugu while he was going to Abia. Why will he? This is a man who was honest enough during our primaries. Honest in the sense that there was no backhand dealing. Honest that he was transparent. He got the structure. He used the structure to make sure that everybody, had there's no problem for him to snub. I don't understand. They just went and cooked up stuff and threw it up there. The truth remains, my candidates are the candidate of APC. And that is what it's going to be. From the beginning, the president, chair candidate, to the least person is who we're going to be working for. And himself as the candidate of the party in the Guba election is who we're going to work for. So I don't know anybody who is not happy with that. Well, I can't help it. I'm a party man and I call party man. When I was in PPA, I was in PPA all through. I did not make enemies elsewhere. I remained in PPA. But people who were in PDP were my friends. When I was in PDP, I was a PDP. I rose to the level of a national chairman of a party in diaspora of PDP. I was in PDP and you never saw me any other place. I'm a man of integrity, and that leaders of the various political groups in Bende and Anaba will tell you that Benjamin does not do white in the night and black in the day. I don't do that. Once I'm with you, and I'll stay with you till the end, sink or sell. So, and that's what is going to happen in the PDP. Our candidate is who we are going to work for from beginning till end, and that is it. So people should just listen this.
All right, let's continue now. I was going to ask about your relationship with your Guba candidate, but you've seemingly answered that very question. The fact that the impasse involving your gubernatorial candidate, who is a substantial candidate so far, hasn't been untied just yet. I don't know if you think it will pose a problem going into the campaigns and, of course, the elections come 2023.
Have a robust relationship. I remember I was the one who was asking for the unity of the party before even the crisis happened. We want peace in the party so that the gains we have achieved in the party, we can leverage on that to achieve more gains. But I was blackmailed then as wanting to run for senatorial position. I was blackmailed is in 2031. So I will say I will make agreements now for the next 10 years. Whether you be alive or not, whether the person you are making the agreement with will be alive or dead, or be in the position or not. It's just so infantile and too petty for people to carry their selfish interests so far that it beclouds their normal human reasoning. And I really take exception to that.
And you think that the issue not been sorted out just yet?
Hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm asking, do you think the issue not sorted out yet? I mean, who the substantial Guba candidate for your party is at this moment will not affect the chances of your party, especially vying for the governorship seat come 2023? I mean, having not sorted out who the substantial candidate of your party is at the moment, don't you think it would affect the chances of APC in the state come 2023?
So if there is any other thing that will come from the courts, you can't guard the mouth of the courts. They will do their process. If at the end of the day the court says that he is not the one, then whoever emerges becomes the candidate of the party. But as it is today, Ikechi Emenike is the candidate of the party as declared by INEC. So if tomorrow the court says no, it's not him, it's another person, that person becomes the candidate of the party. But at the moment, as we are speaking, he has won about 21 cases out of how many cases they put against him, and he's still winning and going. If he doesn't clear all of them, but I wonder why somebody in a party would throw up 21 or more cases against a candidate of the party. I mean, that is some of them are funded by those who come and claim that they are working for the party, by those who come and claim that they want to build the party. They are funded to distract the party. They are funded to divide the party. They are funded to make sure that at the end of the day, APC does not have any candidates. They are funded not because they like candidate A or candidate B. Actually, they don't like any candidate. They just want APC to be in disarray so that whatever they want will come to take the whole of the day. And some of us are standing firm by APC and saying that we must have a candidate and we are going to work with our candidate, in the coming election. That is the only way the party can be strong. Not to preach APC in the day and in the night you are preaching another sister party. I don't even know where this concept of sister party comes in the political party, unless you people are coming to do merger, like my party did to become APC. So that is it, and we are getting it right. We are reaching out to make sure that everybody comes on board. I am also reaching out even at the national level to make sure that various people, there are key stakeholders who are resourceful to the party. You cannot throw them away, and I keep saying it. Everybody is important. All those key stakeholders who are aggrieved, who are angry, you don't just condemn them and say they are angry for nothing. We'll reach out to them, we'll bring them in. The same thing that is happening in PDP. PDP is in disarray. PDP has so many internal factions that are not announced openly. We know it. We know how many blocks that are in PDP as we speak. We know who controls each block in PDP as we speak. The same thing in APGA. We know who is saying this in APGA, who is saying that in APGA. So it's all over the place, and it is allowed in politics. But the most important thing is that the objective of the party, the supremacy of the party at the end of the day should take the lead. And
it is still Ben Kalu'S mandate on Flu 94.9 FM, the flow of Godson State. The member representing Bender Federal Constituency is back with us, so of course he's listening. We already began taking your reactions, but I think I have a couple of more questions to ask before we return to the phone lines. Honorable, thank you for staying with us. The network playing a smartphone on us this morning.
Thank you very much. I'm still here. No problem. We'll overcome it.
Okay. It seems there might be hope for the people of Ozuakole as the Amebu Amamba ecological landslide last week, as a motion has been recorded as a House Resolution HRO 0609-2022 as published on the votes and proceedings for the 29th of September 2022. How do you feel about this one?
Yeah, it's not motion number 0609. It's motion number 66.
Okay.
I think it's 6609. Yeah, it's been. I promised Zuakole people I was going to give it legislative notice, and immediately I came back from my vacation. It was the first job I did in the parliament to make sure that it was mentioned before the National Assembly and that it was documented as an area of need that needed immediate intervention. And I'm happy that the House agreed with me that federal government should take steps to go and see what can be done. There, we have taken steps, but federal government was also raising issues with the state government, saying there is an ecological fund that goes to the state government, and the state government should also tap into that in issues of this nature. It's a major landslide. There is a budget that goes to the state every month or quarterly, from the ecological funds office. That percentage should start, with intervention while they come on board. So I am sure that the honourable member representing Bender South on matter of urgent public importance.
Okay.
And I'm sure he did that before the House of Assembly recently. So from the intervention of the Office of the Speaker, the communication should leave from the state House of Assembly to the governor, asking that an immediate intervention be done in this area. So the governor will activate the State Ministry of Environment or Ecology to take up, while I push from this angle as well, to see what are the interventions that we can attract from the federal government, since the fund is shared between the state and the federal government. So there is hope. And I'm asking my people in Ozuakole to be patient and not to make it an issue of politics. Some of us are not holding executive powers. We're only members of law-making arm of government. All we can do is to make law, lobby, represent the needs of our people and push it. But because of the way we have worked in the area, many people are beginning to think that the work that is meant for executive is actually the work of the lawmakers. Actually, it's not. What we are doing is to push beyond our limits to make sure our people's problems were catered for. So let them keep hope alive and believe in the intervention that we are making. Hopefully, if not this year, from next year, it will be done, because they are not allowed to do 2 projects in a state in 1 year.
Okay.
Umunochi was handled the previous year. Back in my constituency is being handled now. And maybe by next year, with the kind of pressure we are putting, hopefully they will start doing that of Uzuakole. Let us keep hope alive and we can get it done. I mean, the most important thing is that federal government is aware that Uzuakole has a problem that has to do with ecology.
Interesting. Before I open up the phone lines, are there other projects you think your constituents should be aware of?
Yes, we flag off Item Road this week, and hopefully the contractor will move his machines once the rain is a bit lower within this month or beginning of next month, and our target is that before December we'll be done with that road. The same thing for Uzuakole. The road is coming up in Uzuakole. It was also flagged off. We have also flagged off a road at Umuhu, Ezechi. So if we have these 3 roads going on and use that to end the year for our people, for me, that would be a great achievement. Like I said, we are not going to stop working until the final whistle in June. Election and campaign will not deter us from doing what we're supposed to do. Some of us will not be too big on campaign. We are going to be too big in pushing for more projects, because our projects will campaign for us in every community. It's not bags of money we are going to be sharing with rappers around. That one is old system. That one didn't fetch us anything. Going about sharing rappers and giving 5,000, 10,000 to sow it. That is a very deceptive way of getting the people to buy into what you have in your manifesto. Tell them what you have done for them before. Tell them what you are coming to do for them now. And they will know whether you are what they are looking for. And what I'm going to do is to take the people. I won't tell them. If I come to your community, I'll do my campaign close to the project I've done for you. You see it real live. And action speaks louder than voice. So our money will not be wasted on posters and billboards. We're not going to be competing with how many t-shirts we have, how many cars we branded. We're going to be as conservative as possible. And we are not going to be sharing money like others will share, because we don't have shishi to share. All our money are in projects. If you ask us for money, we'll show you the project where we'll build with it. And if we must develop vending, that is the kind of mentality we must approach this campaign with. But those who are bringing money should share it, because obviously they stockpiled it on behalf of vendor people. They should use it now. Since they were not around during COVID, when we are sharing money, when we are sharing food, sharing medicine and palliative things during COVID, I think this is their own time to do their COVID intervention, which they didn't do when the people needed them most. So we're not in competition. We're only in competition with the problems of Bende, and we'll make sure that we'll conquer them. Our victory, like I've always said, is not in winning the election at the pool. The victory of Benjamin Kalu will be winning over the hydra-headed problems of Bende Federal Constituency. And daily, I've been surmounting them. Alai Road will also be starting now that the rain is going down. Many people took the picture and they were flashing it everywhere that we have finished the road. No, the road is not finished. It's actually costly for us, because we have gotten to the point of placing the asphalt, but the rain came and washed off all the things that we did there. So that road is costing us about twice to do. God will help us to finish it. The schools that we are doing in Alai also, we stopped at a point because we needed them to strengthen the structural engineering aspect of the building for the school student, and I'm sure they are going to do that. Most of the project that we build, especially the solar powered borehole, anyone that has problem, we have sent our engineers to look around, and then communities, if be handed over, they are encouraged to take over the project and make sure that it is working properly. Because when we handed it over to you, it was working. So if he has any power problem, you can always rectify it.
Okay.
So we'll be there also to assist where needed. We are doing a mega project in Item that will go to 3 kilometer radius, and we are opening 20 locations for water.
If I let you go on and on, you would definitely have more to say, Representative Benjamin Kalu. Interesting, but phone lines have been buzzing. The listeners and, of course, your constituents would want to be a part of the conversation. I think we just have to give them a buy-in. 08081826949. Couple of minutes and we'll call it time. Let's see who would be our caller this moment. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I'm Nabi. I'm calling from Bender.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm thanking our able representative Benjamin Carlo. We always remember the people of Bender. Bender has been a minority area since the inception of democracy in Nigeria. Right from the time of Sam Mbakwe and all that. We have not benefited any project from the state or federal government, except those ones done by Benjamin to the people of Bende. And I'm appealing to him for the completion of that road that is done. Amoguto, Ndiokoruku, and other places. So any person tagging him any name, bad name or something of that nature is doing that at his or own risk. We ask God to, to protect and guide him throughout the tenure of his office. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your own take and your prayers as well. One more call. Good morning. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Go ahead. Tell us your name and location.
Okay. My name is Pastor Okereke. I am calling from my life. In fact, I am very happy to see what Honorable Benjamin, doing. It is a very good work, and his work must pave way for him coming 2023. And God must surely give him victory. Then I pray to God so that He will give him victory because he's a sincere man. God bless him.
Thank you very much for your own contribution. Representative Benjamin Kalu, I think it's time for us to go. Perhaps your constituents would want to hear from you, your final words as we call it time on Ben Kalu's mandate this morning.
Yeah, the network did the first one on us. I hope by next Tuesday we'll rectify all this and have a smooth sell when we are engaging with our people, because I don't want to get only 2 calls. I would like to get 10, 15 calls so that we can engage more. I know your lines are still buzzing. But those who couldn't reach today, please send your message on Facebook. By next week, we are going to have longer time to engage with you. Thank you, the gentleman from Bende who asked me to finish up the road. Yeah, we have started that road. That road is a virgin road for over 200 years. I've never been built before, and I have done the first part. Promising you we will do the second part, but you see, because of limited resources, we have to do a part in Bende and take a part to other part of Bende. We cannot put everything in Bende town. We'll do little here and leave it, and we'll go and do other places so that it will go around the entire community. And the gentleman who called from Alai, you're a sincere man as well. For you to call, even though there is a candidate who is from Alai, you have seen the difference between then and now, the before and after effect. Alai people deserve more, and Alai people need to experience more, and that's what I'm out there to do, because you're one of the biggest prominent community in our Bende that we are proud of. That's why I'm doing the road for you. That's why I've completed the borehole for you. That's why I'm building the school for you. That's why I've distributed hundreds of seats and desks across the whole schools in Alai, and that we'll do more. We're looking at your market. We're looking at other things you have presented to us. As the next budget is coming, we encourage all stakeholders, the President Generals, to submit their needs requirements so that we'll see how we'll factor in few of them, not all of them. Thank you very much for all your support and all your prayers. I will keep doing this work under God, not to please any man, but to please God, who has made it possible for us to be the one in charge at the moment, we will not fail God. We will not fail Ben the people. We will make sure we raise the banner high until the day we say we are done with politics. We will be sincere, we'll be accountable, we'll be accessible. God bless the people of Bende. God bless the people of Abia. Let's remain in peace, and God bless the people of Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. That is Representative Benjamin Ikechi Kalu, representing Bende Federal Constituency at the 9th Nigerian National Assembly. And of course, he joined us virtually to look.
Please, wisdom, before you go, please. I just remembered, please, I want to use this opportunity to congratulate the Deputy Chief Whip of the House of Representatives, our own sister, Nkiru Konye-Georgia, who is being honored today with the National Award. It's because of this interview that I couldn't make it early to that event, but I will join her in her reception. She has made us proud as a woman from Abia that is being recognized nationally today with a national award. I'm so proud of her. The President has noticed all the role she has played in the National Assembly. I'm really, really proud that one of our women is standing on the front row today to be honored nationally. God bless our sister Nkiru, who will keep projecting people like her who mean well also for their communities. I just wanted to send this congratulations to her.
Thank you very much, Representative Benjamin Ikechi Kalu. Thank you, and dear listeners who understand, with us in terms of the glitches we experience here and there, but surely Ben Kalu's mandate will make everything smooth sailing, like Representative Ben mentioned. Come next week, stay with Flu 94.9 FM. God bless you. My name is Wisdom Thomas. God bless you. Continue to listen to this dial. Bye-bye for now.